I'm Danielle and welcome to Books and Beyond. I have a very special unboxing today. This is Little Inklings Always Fully Booked reading planner for 2024. I actually got the undated one, but you can get the undated and the dated. So I'm going to go ahead and unbox that for you. I'm going to go through some of the sections, but I'm going to leave the link down below so you can see where you can order this planner and where you can check out the information on it. There's also a video done by the owner of the company, Megan. She does a video that does a complete flip through, so you're not going to see everything in my video. You can go check out her video and look at the details if you want to see more, if this is something you're interested in. So without further ado, here it is. So this has all been wrapped. This has been, it was slightly delayed this year for, you know, just things that have happened that are out of our control in the shipping world. So all of you who get book boxes probably know what I'm talking about. Things happen in the printing world. So here it is. Ooh, very pretty. So there were actually 4 options this year. There was 2 different undated planners, and then there was a 2 different dated planners for 2024. I went with the undated this year. I'm going to show you mine. I have mine from 2023. It's very well loved. Here's mine. You can see it's a very different aesthetic. I went with the darker choice this year. They had an undated that was like a periwinkle kind of color. It was really, really pretty. I was so torn which one I wanted to get, but I will show you why I went with the undated as opposed to the dated planner this year. And then we'll see how I like it throughout 2024 and see if I want to stick with the undated or if I want to go back to dated for 2025. So here it is. This is one of the cover choices. So one of the things I will tell you off the bat that Megan does mention in her video on her flip through the planner is that the foiling, you saw it on mine. I use this. It's very well loved. I do use this planner. But it does, the foiling comes off really easily. Now I have really oily hands and things, but I don't usually touch the cover that much. So it's just even just rubbing against surfaces and things, it does come off. So what they did this year to try and address that issue is that and you may not be able to see it very well, but there is some indentation. So it's like stamped and then the foiling is put in. So it's not on the surface of the cover. It's kind of in the cover, I guess you could say. So this was the aesthetic I chose for this year, this pretty bookshelf. I just loved all the details and I just felt like this was kind of my vibe. This kind of went with like the fantasy romance, paranormal books I read. So that was why I chose this cover. I still really love that light cover. I was so torn. It was really hard. So I just went a different way this year. So without further ado, so this is the undated. So she includes stickers in here, which is really nice because I don't have very good handwriting. And if anybody out there feels like their handwriting is not good and that's a reason why you don't want to get a planner, mine is not pretty at all, but I love the functionality of this planner. It's really just for me. So this is mine. You know, I don't share it with anyone. I put all my thoughts, my reviews. The other difference you'll see is that the tabs are not, they don't have the months like this one does. This one, all the tabs are, move this closer, they're all blank. So this is why you could get this planner in March and you could start, this first tab could be your March tab. Or if you're a teacher, that's a really big one because if you're a teacher, maybe you like the school year planner. That starts like, I think July is when those start. But I go ahead and I just went with this one. So there's a dates to remember section. I'm not really quite sure. This is new. This is different from the old one. This is, I think, in the dated one, this actually has like it has something different in it. I don't remember what it was, but this is kind of what's nice is that it's set up to personalize how you want it. And I like the freedom of doing that because not everybody's needs are the same. So this is the same as last year. They have a goals page. This is in the dated and undated. And then this is the legend. You can have a legend. I can show you what mine kind of looks like. You can have your star rating, like what makes a 5-star read versus a 1-star. There's some calculation formulas in here. And then we have a reading checklist that can be used differently. There's just a lot of things. There's a bookshelf to decorate. Here, I used this to track the different genres last year. And we have a book series, if you have any book series. Last year, I filled this out completely with all the series I wanted to read, and I only got to read a few series, so I think this year I'm just going to limit it to the ones I'm currently reading. So I went crazy last year. I put all kinds of stuff in there. So there's trackers for all kinds of things. There's a movie tracker, TV tracker. There are like 5-star ratings. There's a wish list. You can put quotes. You can do this is a blank page. So for me, actually, you know what? I'm just going to show side by side because this is just easier to show you how I used it. But you can use these sections however you want. So let me just flip real quick. I have a whole bunch. See, here's my 5-star reads in this year's. Here we go. So this one here, I have a little printer that prints stickers. So you can also get regular sticker sheets and print it out on a regular printer and cut out however you want to do. So this was my must reads of 2023. You can see like I colored in, I put the stickers in, I colored in the books, like I colored in the covers a little bit, put my, you know, how I rated it. I'm actually reading Savage Lands right now. So I'm trying to do this for the end of the year. So I had 12 books. You could put your favorites. And then, so here, this is personal. Some people, I guess, do like book club picks, things like that. A to Z challenge. I actually did complete that this year, so no pressure next year. I really wanted to do this challenge, so I got it this year. And then she has, this is like specific to this planner. This is like her little reading challenge that she puts in. So you can do, this may have said an award-winning book from like 2023 or something, but it says previous year. I think that was one thing she pointed out was different. On the cover challenge, Reading Rainbow, Around the World, the genres, it's just all the same as last year. So like the reading goal tracker here is, let me show you mine if I can get to it. See, I have all of my, see, I put stickies in here. So if I'm afraid to write something down, I have stickies. I also added pages to mine last year. I added my own challenges. Like I got this from Etsy page shop. She was selling these romance challenges. So these ones I did, the fantasy, and I just got like scrapbooking paper and made it my own and then added the pages in the planner. So you can personalize it even further. So here we go. So I did mine based on genre. And I colored in like how many books that I've done. Actually, my goal was 50, but I'm actually doing really good this year. I read a lot. So, yeah. So, you know, they have the Battle of the Books. I did spending habits on my tracker. This page here, I did spending habits. I didn't get past January. That's why I'm not showing that in detail. But, anyway, so this one I'm going to do something different with this year. I'm not really sure. And then this is new. They have your stats, your genre, like how many books you read in that genre. This is, let me turn this. So this is new, but this is like the month, number of books, audio, how many were 5-star, average ratings. This is really helpful. Like if I do decide to start doing book reviews, this is kind of like at a glance information for the month, which I think is really helpful. There's built-in charts. I can't draw. I love this. I can do whatever I want. Some people do pages read for their graphs. Some people, you know, they do a breakdown at the end of the year. And then there's blank pages in here for you to do whatever you want. So just kind of like a quick look. So this is all like the same. The difference is like the month view. Let me see if I can find like a month. I was actually really good at using my month. I'm not going to show that because that has all of my appointments and stuff on it. But anyway, this is just on one page instead of 2 pages. So this is new for me. Now that I see this in person, this is really tiny. So I'm going to have to figure out how I want to use this. There is again, this is where you can use those stickers at the beginning, like it had January. So obviously I'm starting in January, so this works out for me where I can put the stickers here at the top. So that's really nice. So most anticipated book, you can put your notes here. Like sometimes I'll put monthly goals here. And then books to read, new releases. This is the only one I failed to fill out because there is not always good information on the internet. A lot of indie authors put out stuff really late, so you don't know unless you follow them on social media. Maybe they told you, but it's really hard to know what's coming out when. So that's again why I would use like Post-it notes. Sometimes I did fill this out sometimes, and I would just put Post-it notes and just write things as they came in, and then I would write them in order, chronological order of dates. So like, you know, before I would like write, you know, December 25th, and then I would write, you know, December 1st, you know, because it was out of order, because I would find them out of order on the internet. So now I just put on a sticky and then I write them in, so that way I'm not making any mistakes. And sometimes if I have a book that I want to read the next month, I'll go ahead and fill out a sticky there. Okay, so here is why I went with the undated this year. This is why. This is the main difference for me. This is a dashboard, a weekly dashboard. And as you can see, it's actually much more functional than, to me, it's more functional than the weeks that were here before. Let me see if I can find like a good blank. Here's a blank one. So this is March. So this is I went with the vertical layout. There's a horizontal layout for the weeks that you can do, which I did in the year before this one, in 2022, because I write big. I actually liked this because I could kind of divide up things between like school, my to-dos at home, my reading to-dos. So this was actually how it was before. And what I like more about this, because what I usually do is on Sunday is when I'll write out all of my stuff happening in the week ahead. That's just how I live life. I do the monthly stuff, and then like the big stuff goes here. And then here I just look at my calendar on my phone. I look at the calendar here at the front to see what I have coming up in the week. So you could do so much more, I feel like, with this. It is blank, so you can write in the days here in the circles. But you could write your to-do list. So sometimes what I like to do is I like to make a list of things I want to accomplish in the week. And then I fill them in where I feel like I can get them into my schedule based on just how things are during the week. So if I have a lot of things going on, this list might be short. If I don't, maybe I can fit more things in. The other thing is I do like how this is divided. So I could use this for like stuff going on at school. I could use this here with you could, like, some people, like, I'm not really sure how I'm going to use these boxes yet. I've kind of like mapped out some ideas, but you could do what you're currently reading. You could do your habit trackers here. You could put stickers in here to make, and that's what I do a lot of times. It's like if I have a lot of blank space on a week, I might put a sticker because it kind of fills it up a little bit. I don't put a lot of stickers on in advance. Sometimes I do it like on the weekend after the fact just to make it look pretty. It just makes me feel good when I feel like it. And let me tell you something, if you skip a week, if there's a week where you don't do something in your planner, it's not a big deal. Sometimes life isn't as hectic and you can kind of keep track of things. And sometimes life is just, you know, it's crazy. So, you know, if you don't get around to doing it, it's okay. Like it's only, this is for you. This is what I want to stress. Like these planners, things like this is for you. And nobody else is judging you. I have seen so many people, it doesn't matter if you have calligraphy handwriting or if you have just regular, I'm just regular handwriting. Like it's not pretty. And I just write my stuff in because it's really for me. It's not for anyone else to judge. Although sometimes I'm really proud of things I do and I might share a picture on the Facebook group, like, and say, hey, look at this. This is what I did with this section. And that's a really nice thing too, is there is a Facebook group for this company, I should say, because they do have other undated planners. They have one called the Novel Companion, which is a little bit different. They have an 8 by 11.5 or 8.5 by 11 notebook size. They have different sizes. So anyway, so here again we have the bookish haul. So this is where I write any books I purchased or any books I got from book boxes, and reading wrap up. This is a little bit different this year, but you can put, so there's some room here to put whatever you want in these blank boxes here. So, you know, this could be a goal tracker, this could be anything, this could be the books that you read. This is what I use it for, is the books I've read and how many stars I've given it. So best book of the month. A lot of this hasn't really changed. It looks a little different than the previous one. And then there's blank pages behind every month. So I might write like ideas that I have for the next month, or something I'm tracking, or just some thoughts that are on my mind. I'll just put them in here and I'll just kind of look at it from there. And then just like the other one, there is like a quarterly check-in. I think should be here, should be right around April. It's quarterly check-in, and this is the same as the other planners. Dated or undated, you get all of this stuff. So with that being said, all right, so on the back, again, reviews. This hasn't really changed much from the last year's. But setting and main character. Again, this is in both dated and undated. These are all the same changes in both. So whatever you go with. Oh, and by the way, these planners are I know the undated ones are still available. I think some of the dated ones might be available too. So if you go check out their website, which again, I'm going to link below, you can see what's available and see what your options are. But they did add setting and main character, which I really like because I often have to write the main characters' names because I forget. So anyway, so that's that. And then there's more blank pages in the back. And then there's like, you know, like this year I did like my Christmas planning on there. There's a pocket in the back. I use my pocket for stickers. So, and there's like a yearly, I think it's like a yearly summary wrap up. There's a quarterly, there it is, reading wrap up for the year, so you can put all your stats and everything in. So that is the new planner that I got for this year. And then just to kind of show you, so let me flip. So like I put a lot of, so here's like one thing that I'm going to do different. So this is like this first page, just to kind of show you how I did. My star rating system is very, see, look at my handwriting. See, it's awful. It's really, it's awful. But you know what? I don't care. It's for me. And then, so here I have my genres that I read, and this is my color coding system for them. I wrote like the numbers of my, I have the Prisma colored pencils, but I often forget what one I use. So I put in the numbers here so I remember. Most anticipated books, ironically, some of these just came out or they're coming out in 2024, so I'll probably be adding some of those on. So there's my, there's my goals. And then here is the reading checklist. So what I did last year, I was very ambitious. I put my whole entire TBR on this list. And then I added pages because I ran out, obviously. So like here, I went ahead and I did this. I put these all on a spreadsheet this year. I think what I'm going to use it for this year is just tracking the ones I've read. So like I've read all A Throne of Glass, like, you know, read the Air Awakens series, like all that stuff. I'm just going to put all on there. And then you guys have probably seen, if you haven't watched, I do have videos where I went through I added pages for my subscriptions. So I'll probably do a review of this at the end of the year, but here's my Fairy Loot YA, the Bookish Box Adult. Ironically, they are skipping their July shipping and doing August right now. So that's why you haven't seen a video for me with July, because they haven't sent them, but they're sending August. But I skipped August, so I have to wait. So anyway, so I added these. I just used like craft paper, box stickers, printed out. See, I don't have good handwriting, but I can like print labels. So there you go. And I do use these. These are also available on her shop, just so you know. These are like little bookmarks, I guess, that you can clip into your planner so you can flip to certain pages easily. I do that for the month and for like my TBR and stuff. So let me see what else is in here. Just gonna look real quick. I think that's really all I really wanted to show you, but just making sure. Oh yeah, so here's how I use my blank pages. This is my special editions that I ordered through the book boxes, so you can kind of see. I keep track of the price, whether or not I got it. It's really hard to keep track of things to see if, you know, it's come in, because they're all shipping at all different times. Some of them like a year after the fact, because you can see like one of these, like this one, Bookish Box, I didn't get until, I'll say October. Fairy had one that was late. I didn't get until like end of September, October, you know, so of 23. These are 22. So like it can take up to a year to get stuff. So I highly recommend keeping track of those if you are ordering special editions, because they are just coming at you fast and furious. So I don't see like a whole lot of other stuff. Those are just pages that I added for me. Like my book challenges, you can kind of see here, I did my A through Z. Again, I'm not going to put pressure. I kind of pushed myself to do this one this year, but I'm not doing that next year. And then here, see, I was trying to, I still need to fill this in. Like I have some things on here that I did, but I haven't printed out the sticker yet. So there you go. So there's that. And if you don't finish a challenge, it's okay too. If you want to use the same book twice in the same challenge, that's fine. Again, it's your planner. You do what you want. And then, you know, I have my, this is my, how I did my reviews. You know, these are some from September, October. I color code the months with the highlighting. So there you go. So anywho, so that is what I did for this one. I know one of the things I will mention that is missing, that's in the dated 2024s. There's a 24 books to read in 2024. In the dated one, it's not in here, but I can certainly make that if I want to. Again, I use also another thing real quick is like I use, where is it? I lost it. I don't really take the challenges too seriously. Like I just do what I can. I'm really focusing on reading what I want to read, so that way I'm enjoying it. Let me see. I had, yeah, it was somewhere in here, but there is still like a battle of the books. That's all in here, but I can add that in. I'll add the 24 and 24 somewhere. I don't know. There was something, I forgot. Anyway, really cool. So there you go. There you have it. So this is last year's, almost done. Well, I should say still this year, still in 2023. And then there's this one. So I will be working diligently to fill this thing up, to get this thing started. And we'll see how it goes throughout the year. You can see this is much thinner. And this one is much thicker with all the extra pages I've added to it. So you make your planner your own. Alrighty, so if you have any questions, leave them in the comments below. Again, I encourage you to check out the Little Inklings video that Megan did. It's her company. She's a small business, and she's out of Canada, but I'm in the US, so shipping was not an issue here. Very easy. So, you know, this is something that, you know, if you're interested in, I highly recommend it, because this planner to me is almost like a hobby at this point, because I'm always working in this thing. When I finish books, I write my reviews right away. So this is something I use a lot. So if you are interested, go for it. I say jump in. I think the cost of this one this year was like around $55 US, which is pretty pricey, but again, I use it. So these days, even if you go to like an office supply store, planners are really expensive, and this one for the quality is worth it in my opinion. So Anyway, all right, well, I will see you all in the next video, and if you have questions, leave them below. Leave a like and subscribe to my channel if you'd like to see more. I will see you all in the next video. Bye.